Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom and we talk about them in a positive way. Now, I want to thank everybody that subscribed to us. As of late, our numbers have gone up over the past week even, and a lot of that is attributed to the Halloween Ends movie, which is one of the most anticipated movies of this coming year. Now, once again, we have to dive into the Halloween Ends franchise because I've been getting some questions in the comments, and coincidentally enough, I was already going to be doing a video on this. So I just moved this video up to tonight, and let's jump right into it. I refer to this as the Halloween Ends franchise because that's essentially what this franchise has always been about, killing Michael Myers. Now, you might remember that previously Jamie Lee Curtis could not get this done in Halloween H2O. The idea that Michael Myers was supposed to die in Halloween H2O, and they said, no, we can't do it because we're contractually obligated to keep him alive. This is still kind of the issue, but it's probably not a contract issue. Laurie Strode's one big thing was that, hey, I get to kill Michael Myers. I'm sure that this is why she came back. So when people are asking, does Michael Myers die in this movie? Yes. One such rumor is that Michael Myers kills himself in this movie. This rumor, I think, comes from a YouTube video several months ago, maybe even more recent. I have heard this rumor. It also comes from the fact that you have several online articles talking about why Michael Myers must die. These guys are the worst tragedy, however. These articles that tell you Michael Myers must die for the franchise to come full circle. Any fan reading those articles is just going to be like, well, yeah. But the idea that he would kill himself at the end of the movie actually means that he would have to have some kind of epiphany. He would have to realize that he has done something wrong, that essentially he has somehow crossed a boundary that he's not willing to cross, and therefore he offs himself. It would bring to mind the old movies like The Bride of Frankenstein, where the bride actually offs Frankenstein and herself, saying, "We blonde dead." A stunt that was actually duplicated in The Bride of Chucky. Now, the reason that this is a thing is because they realize they have crossed a line that they no longer want to be crossing. They realize what a monster they are, and they don't want to be a monster. Michael Myers is very much alive in the franchise so far because they've taken out part 2, part 4, and all the rest of them. We're assuming that part 1 happened and then the remake, reboot, requel. Okay? So then you have Halloween Kills. We see Michael Myers get beat up to a level where any normal man should die. We actually saw that in the first film. He got beat up really bad. We even saw it in the original. All the way back in the day, he got beat up so bad he should have actually have died. The idea that he would have some sort of moral compass, I think, is not very realistic at all. And realism in films doesn't exist. The very fact that they are saying that this film treats Michael Myers as if he could really be there, I don't buy that. That's like people talking about the Scream movies and how they could really happen. They're based in reality. Well, they're not really based in reality. You're asked to suspend disbelief all the time when you're watching a movie. The new Batman movie claims that it is based in reality, but it's only a reality in which some people could dress up as costume superheroes and run around and not get themselves killed. You're asked to suspend disbelief. And this movie is no different. Now, people are like, I don't want a zombie Michael Myers. I don't want Michael Myers to have some sort of supernatural power. Well, Laurie Strode has already kind of told us that that's the way things are heading. But it's a matter of how they write it. You can write that stuff in a realistic fashion, but only if people are willing to bend their reality with you. You see, good writing will allow you to assume that this could actually happen, which a lot of people would argue that this is why some of the later Michael Myers movies suffered, that they just got chaotic and crazy. Now, I think that when we're talking about him dying, this is inevitable. And if the movie does successfully get enough money at the box office and everything, we're going to be seeing a sequel, which means Michael Myers will return. Now, I honestly think they already have some plans for this, because while everybody's talking about the fact that they want to end the series and that the people who have wrote it want to end the series, you're forgetting that they've actually said they would like to go beyond this if they are allowed to. So already that tells me that they have some ideas, if they do kill him, as to how they're going to bring him back. This will be essentially a new beginning for Michael Myers, although a lot of people are talking as though this will be a brand new series, that this will be a brand new reboot of Michael Myers coming up again. Nobody really wants that. Nobody really wants to see a rebooted Michael Myers all over again if this is a success. So I think that the writers know this, and you have to trust in that they know what's what. They know they have to kill Michael Myers, but they know that he can't die. We're going to get some sort of supernatural explanation, probably. That's my thoughts. I know it's crazy to think that, being that they said it's going to be realistic, but what is realistic in films? So, when we're dealing with this and when we hear what's really going on with Michael Myers, is he the embodiment of the boogeyman himself? I'm not going to be shocked by whatever they decide to do, because ultimately, at the end of the day, I know that they have tried to write a good film, and hopefully they did. Hopefully they give us enough chills and scares and action in the movie that we go along with them for the ride. And that's all you can actually do. I'm going to briefly tell you a story. All the way back to the beginning of time, when the Superman movie came out in the 1970s, and Christopher Reeve's Superman is a classic. If you haven't seen it, you really should. They stated in the commercial they were going to make you believe that a man can fly. And a lot of people walked out of the theater and they thought it was the greatest thing. And the reason was the writing was good. They took you on a journey. So it's all about the journey. Michael Myers will inevitably be killed off in this movie. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, he's going to appear dead. Whether he is or not, they could do the Friday the 13th route, where at the end he opens up an eye and you know he's coming back, or he could potentially come back. Maybe they leave it like he goes underwater or something, and you see the bubbles, and then you stop seeing the bubbles, and you know that he's dead. Anything that they actually do here is going to be deliberate. So when you're dealing with the fact that he's going to die in this movie, yes, he will. But it won't be permanent. So go ahead and leave us a comment in the comment box below. And let us know what you think, because we want to hear from you. And Miko says we need more subscribers, and you don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when we do our next video. And make sure that you are sharing this video with all of your friends so they get the same great content that you do. And at the end of the day, friends, remember, fandom is family.